shoulder just a little. Oh, that's perfect right there.
For taking the time. Of course, we also want to mention the people here who couldn't be with us, both present and also who aren't with us anymore. Michael and Weena, they visited the grave of some of our relatives that couldn't be here today, unfortunately. My grandfather, my namesake, Benjamin Shapiro, my grandmother, Jean Shapiro, and of course, he was a Holocaust survivor, and of course, Michael's wife, Arlene, 49 years, who we all wish, could still be with us. And of course, Tov, the dachshund, who, we wish could be here causing a ruckus, but unfortunately he isn't. But other than that, we have quite a great, wonderful group of people here. So again, thank you all for being here. So to get right into it, we have a document behind us. To be totally honest with all of you, I've been to exactly one wedding before. That was my cousin Muriel's wedding over in picturesque Wyoming. And I was about 14, and also I was a bit of an annoyance, so I didn't really pick up anything from this wedding. I didn't really pick up any of the, the customs or any of the kind of, the whole spiel. I was too busy staring off at the sky and going, oh, I want to go home, and all that 14-year-old stuff. You know how it is.
Muriel is
yes, and Muriel is
her daughter.
My daughter.
And his sister.
Michael's sister.
Yeah. So then Mom and Michael asked me to officiate their wedding, and I kind of went, oh no, because I don't have any experience and I pictured a disaster. And this very well may be a disaster in your minds and reality, so who knows? But
Not at all.
You're doing great.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're in the way
Yeah,
of the
let's see.
rain.
I gotta pick this up actually. Yeah. So the thing is though, there's something powerful to be taken from that instinct you have when you think it's gonna be a disaster, right? Because everyone has this little voice in the back of their head when they run into a situation that they think is daunting, or they don't know how to address, or is too much for them, right? And they kind of feel like they don't have the required skills or the knowledge, right, to handle the situation, right? And that a voice kind of sounds an alarm, and it starts screaming in the back of your head and won't shut up. And I think everyone at some point in their life has been through something like this, right? It's a very human thing, right? And there's always this temptation to give into this voice, to back down, to go, I don't know how to do this, I'm not going to do it, right? But you don't learn from backing down like that. You don't learn from stepping back and going, I'm out of my league, right? You don't get stronger from that. And if you look at our bride and groom, right, these are two people who are the kind of essence of this strength, of this persistence, right? These are two people who have never backed down from whatever life throws at them. Two people who stand before you as a culmination of this sort of defiance against this voice in our head telling us to shut up and step back, right? Two people who have emerged wise and caring and courageous, and above all else, inspiring. Two people who bring light to my life and have carried me through some horrible moments of my life, and two people who have now carried each other through their share of storms. But the thing about this persistence is that it's tiring, right? It wears you down. I'm sure all of you know, because we've all been through some kind of crisis in our careers and our education, through our health and finances and whatnot. Everyone's been through a crisis, and every time we go through something like that, it wears you down, right? And you always need some sort of edge to sharpen yourself again after you get worn down like that, right? And so, no matter how persistent or brave you are, you can't just do it alone. You need that edge, right? And so for many years, I watched as my mom here did go it alone. She braved all sorts of trouble, all sorts of heartache, so that me, not herself, me could have a better life. And, but when the dust settled, she was here, she was triumphant, but she was also worn down a bit, she was tired. And yeah, it's true. It was approved by her, by the way. And so I've always had this dream, which is a life for her where she could have a shoulder to lean on, and a life where there were sturdier hands than my own to catch her when she fell, and a life where she could stand or sit side by side with someone she truly, truly deserved. But even in the most wild of these dreams, I could not possibly imagine that someone as remarkable as Michael could enter her life, right? He's dependable, he's collected, he's compassionate. He's been through more than his fair share as well, but just like my mom, he forged ahead to greatness. To have not just one, but two inspirations like that in my life is truly sublime. And even standing here today with a whole sheet of words, there are no words to truly express my gratitude that Michael is now in my mom's life. And I haven't known Michael for long, at least compared to my mom, but he's the sort of person that you have one conversation with and instantly know that he's special. And I'm sure you can all, talking to him and seeing him up here today, see it for yourselves. But how do we hold on to it, right? And you could drive yourself totally nuts trying to figure this out. So personally, I keep the definition very, very simple. Love is helping one another. Every day we wake up and life has some other problem that it batters us with, some other challenge. Some things are just annoying inconveniences, while some change our worlds forever. And life is hard, right? We all know life is hard, especially, in the Jewish tradition, a big theme of life being hard. And this is a fact that, everybody across the whole world shares, right? We all have our own burdens. We've all lost a great deal, of people, of things, including, some people dearest to us. And, of course, whether those people have 2 legs or 4, right? So it's often crushing to have to struggle and to lose through things like this, but then to need to push on and keep your head high like something didn't happen, something horrible didn't happen. And to deal with burdens like that is always to be applauded, every single one of you, of course. But to go further than that, to not just grapple with your own burdens, your own obstacles, but to take up the struggle that other people have, there's no other word in my mind to describe something like that but love. It's a love for hope, a love for each other, and a love for the world, a love for people. And before us today are 2 people who embody that love, who go above and beyond for everyone around them so they can live as their best selves. 2 people who have been knocked down time and time again, yet always rise to their feet once again without even stopping to question. It's incredible. 2 people who have persisted not only against their own struggles, but against the troubles of others, continually uplifting everyone around them with their selflessness. 2 people who are the very definition of persistence right here before you. And 2 people, however, who are by no means expected to go it alone. 2 people who are without a doubt entitled to receive the support they give everybody else in kind. And 2 people who finally, with the same brilliance they show everyone else, they now show each other the same brilliance. 2 people who now can find this support, this crucial support in each other. And in their love, they finally receive what they deserve. The coveted shoulder to lean on, the happiness that has been long overdue, and the wonderful, wonderful lives they've long deserved. These they bring to each other, and that is the most beautiful thing of all, helping one another, which is the purest kind of love. Thank you. This ring be consecrated to me as my wife.
With this ring be consecrated to me as my wife.
I shall always cherish you and care for you.
I shall always cherish and care for you.
I will sustain you and respect you forever.
I will sustain you and respect you forever.
Please put it on the...
I like the sustain. You like that? Oh, we have to take that off. And we have to put this on.
Put on with it. Put on together. Good. Okay. This ring be consecrated to me as my husband.
Waterproof eye makeup. With this ring, be consecrated to me as my husband.
I shall always cherish you and care for you.
And care for you.
I will sustain you and respect you forever.
I will sustain you and respect you forever.
Please put the ring. Okay. Beautiful. And now the legal requirement by the state of New York. So, I ask you, Michael Orion Kiergan, in the presence of God and this assembly, do you, Michael Orion Kiergan, take Caron Michelle Shapiro to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, to honor, and to cherish from this day forward for the rest of your life? And do you, Caron Michelle Shapiro, take Michael Orion Kiergan to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Absolutely, of course, I do.
By the power vested in me by the state of New York, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now break the glass.
All right, tell them what that's about.
Well, how cheery.
And then it says Mazel Tov.
So after the groom breaks the glass, I would like everyone here to join us in saying a big Mazel Tov after he breaks the glass, please.
Okay, you guys all in position, right?
Yeah.
Mazel Tov!